Hello, 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 Toneful people. How are ya? Great to see you guys. I'm going to pop over to the chat here. Say hello to everybody to start. So Kay actually arrived first. Hello, Kay. Amanda, she was in right after that. Hello, Amanda. And let's see, Mike Panich, my pickled friend. How are you? Candy, the fabulous Candy. And she said I was funny, and I said, "You think I'm funny? Funny how?" If you've ever seen Goodfellas, you'll know where that came from. All right. William's here. Sage is here. Hello to you guys. Thank you for coming out. As always, as always, as always. The Carries are here. Greg and Kim and the Jacksons. And I'm not talking about like Janet Jackson. I'm talking about Gina Jackson, Scott Jackson, the Jacksons. They're here. And I'm glad, as I always am when I see his handle. All right, so crazy week. Winter Park still hanging in there. I don't know what the latest charts say. I know it was in the 80s on the Smooth Jazz Network chart, and on Spain last week it had moved up to 74, and I didn't see the latest chart yet, so I think I'm still at 74 at this moment, but all good. Good week, and I have a new tune coming out, and you're going to hear some of it tonight. Well, actually going to hear the full song. What you're going to hear, though, is my promo that I did for my friend Ian Young in Scotland. He's given my song a sneak preview in Scotland on Monday night last night. Smooth Jazz in the Mix. So I'm going to let you hear what came from his show before we get to the fabulous Will Donato. All right. Sky Talker, did somebody say it was your birthday? By the way, thank you for the birthday wishes. It is my birthday. 29 years old. A whopping 29. Actually, there's a Beatles song that will tell you how old I am. I don't think they have any songs about 95, but there is one I know, and I have hit that magical number. All right. Let's see. Okay. Looks like I didn't miss anybody, I don't think. Happy birthday, Sky Talker. We are twins. Well, we have the same birthday, so that's cool. So happy birthday. And there are some other people that have birthdays today. So to all of you, everybody out there, August 4th, happy birthday. Scott said, yes, that's it. When I get older. When I get older. Will you still need me? Will you still will you still need me? Will you still feed me? Something like that. Yeah, Sky Talker. You got me, you got a year. You're a year younger. That's awesome. All right. So, anyway, this past week, two very kind souls bought me coffee. I'd like to thank my friends who bought me a coffee this week. Mike Panich and Wayne Dawson. Thank you guys so much. It's truly appreciated, and it helps out so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you both. Yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So last week I had a feature on my Uncle Dan who passed away. And my Uncle Dan was a Marine, and I respected him so much. So to continue with telling you about Uncle Dan, I just have a couple minutes of photos that my aunt sent me. And they're very cool. So this is not meant to bring you down. I'm just celebrating my Uncle Dan's life. Uncle Dan Bradley. So last week, I mentioned to you that my Uncle Dan passed away, and you saw some video footage of him, and he was wonderful and had just such a great sense of humor. Well, he was a musician as well, and he was in the Marine Corps band. He was a drummer. So I have some photos from that era. And he also ended up going to war. So he was on the front lines for 2 terms. He was quite a man, quite a guy. So this first photo is from a concert that he played. And that's the band. And he's in that back row in the percussion section. And the next picture is the program from that concert. And his name is on there in the percussion section. The third picture is just he and another friend in their uniforms. And you can see he was playing a marching snare drum. The fourth picture is from that era, but I'm not sure where it's from. This next photo is him sitting in with a band in Okinawa in 1966. Another shot from that same gig. And then, of course, the back of the photo. Once again, I loved my Uncle Dan so much. Rest in peace, Uncle Dan. I wish you all could have known him. He was the funniest guy. Funny. So, gonna miss him, but I'll see him again. All right, so my friend Ian Young in Scotland, he is a DJ, and he has a show called Smooth Jazz in the Mix, and I sent him an early copy of my song, The River Flows, so I'm going to let you hear what he did with it on the radio. And the quality is a little bit less than the original because it's been transferred a few times, but I didn't want to cut out what he did for the show. So here it is. Ian Young. He's a cool guy, and I love hearing him say my name with his Scottish accent.
And do you know what I like the most about doing this show? When you're sleeping and your phone pings at 4:30 in the morning from it's an artist in America, because they can stay up later than us. The time zone are totally different. And it's always nice when somebody says to you, Ian, I've got a brand new track. Would you like to play it on your show? Yes, instantly, without even hearing it. This is a brand new song from Toni Janflone Jr. and we'll play it next.
Ian Young, smooth jazz in the mix. Share the love this summer.
This is Toni Janflone Jr., and you're listening to Ian Young's Smooth Jazz in the Mix, and this is my new single, The River Flows.
Toni Janflone Jr. from the album Tone Poems to Chill By in a Sometimes Stressful World, Volume 1. And that track is called The River Flows.
All right, there you go. Ian Young, my friend Ian Young. And like I said, I love hearing him say my name. He has the coolest accent. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. And that's coming out Friday to streaming. And hopefully somewhere we'll be getting some radio play and that sort of stuff, okay? So, and that's also from the Tone Poems CD. And I saw a couple people mention that it was relaxing, which is exactly what my project was meant to do. It's called Tone Poems to Chill By in a Sometimes Stressful World, Volume 1. So that is that project. Okay, so this show is brought to you by... I don't have any sponsors. So I guess it's brought to you by me and the kind people that give me, like, buy me a coffees and go to my Spotify and stream my music on Spotify. And go to my Fourth Wall store and maybe buy some merchandise. You don't have to. I appreciate that you're here, but this is how we stay afloat, and I appreciate you all for doing so. Now, next week, I have a great guest coming on. Great guest. Coming up on Toneful Tuesdays, I'm your host, Toni Janflone Jr. Tuesday, August 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'll be joined by an extraordinary vocalist whose career has taken him from R&B charts to concert stages around the world. John Pagano spent 26 years as Burt Bacharach's lead male vocalist, performing some of the most beloved songs ever written. We'll talk about his solo recording career, working along legendary artists, and the incredible journey that has defined his life in music. If you love great songs, unforgettable voices, and the stories behind the scenes of the music business, you won't want to miss this conversation. Join us Tuesday, August 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on my YouTube channel. All right. right, so next week, John Pagano. I have more guests coming up, but I'm going to tell you about those after I do my feature on Will Donato. Now, we were going to do a complete interview, and we still are, but there were some technical difficulties. You know, we're doing these things remotely, and so you don't know what gear the other folks have, or they don't know what you're using, that kind of stuff. So sometimes you run into bugs. So we had some stuff we had footage, but the audio was not good enough for me. So I would rather you guys hear every word that is said by the guests. And if you watch this show, I think you can tell I spend time making sure that the sound is good. So I did a feature on Will, and he's going to come back at a later date. We're going to figure out the issues that were had, and then he's going to come back. So I will be back in about 25 minutes live with you. So enjoy Will Donato. He's great. He's a great musician, a great guy, wonderful music, a character. He's awesome. See you soon. Tonight on Toneful Tuesdays, we're shining the spotlight on saxophonist Will Donato, a two-time #1 Billboard artist and one of contemporary jazz's most energetic, engaging, and recognizable performers. Will has built a career defined not only by his ability as a musician, but by the genuine connection he creates with an audience. Whether he's playing an intimate club, a concert hall, a jazz cruise, or a major festival stage, Will brings warmth, enthusiasm, and a real sense of celebration to every performance. That appreciation of life and connection carries an even deeper meaning for Will because he is also a cancer survivor. His journey through that difficult chapter helped shape the gratitude, joy, and positive energy that have become such an important part of both his life and his music. Throughout his career, Will has performed at some of the most respected venues and events in contemporary jazz. His appearances have included the legendary Blue Note in New York City, the Seabreeze Jazz Festival, the Rehoboth Beach Jazz Festival, Humphreys by the Bay, the Capitol Jazz Cruise, Rick Braun's New Year's Eve celebration, and the Algarve Smooth Jazz Festival in Portugal. He has also appeared at the Thornton Winery in Temecula, the Low Country Land and Sea Festival in Charleston, Smooth Jazz for Scholars in Connecticut, the KSBR Birthday Bash in California, Spaghettini in Seal Beach, and many other venues throughout the United States and internationally. Over the years, Will has worked and performed with an extraordinary variety of musicians. His contemporary jazz associations include Richard Elliot, Steve Oliver, Brian Simpson, Gregg Karukas, Blake Aaron, Steve Reed of the Rippingtons, and the late Nick Colleone. He has also performed with Al McKay of Earth, Wind & Fire and Bruce Conte of Tower of Power, connecting his sound to worlds of funk, soul, and classic horn-driven music. Will's versatility has also taken him outside the contemporary jazz world. He has worked with artists including Gerald Levert, Wynonna Judd, Toni Childs, and Richard Marx. He also appeared in Richard Marx's video for Angelia.
Can't take no more of this pain. I've got to get you off my mind.
Adding another memorable chapter to a career that has crossed jazz, pop, R&B, and beyond. His saxophone can be heard on Steve Oliver's contemporary jazz hit, High Noon, and his music has also been associated with several motion pictures, including Thelma and Louise, The Wedding Planner, Under the Boardwalk, and No Man's Land. As a solo recording artist, Will has achieved tremendous success. His single, Infinite Soul, reached #1 on the Billboard Smooth Jazz Airplay chart in 2019 and has earned millions of streams on Spotify. In 2022, his single Good on You also became a Billboard #1 hit, further establishing Will as one of contemporary jazz radio's most successful and consistent artists. And now, Will is continuing that musical journey with his latest single, Forever Lasting. The song was written with his longtime collaborator and friend, Steve Oliver, and features Will on alto saxophone, tenor saxophone, and flute. Steve Oliver appears on guitar, with Michael Broning on keyboards and programming, Eddie Reddick on bass, and Ray Isles on percussion. Forever Lasting brings together the melodic sound, optimism, and emotional connection that have become trademarks of Will Donato's music. Behind the chart success, major performances, and impressive list of collaborators is an artist who continues to approach music with enthusiasm and gratitude. Will Donato's story is one of perseverance, longevity, musical versatility, and the importance of appreciating every opportunity to connect with others. Whether he is performing before thousands of people at a major festival or playing for an audience in an intimate jazz club, Will continues to bring the same sense of energy, joy, and commitment to the stage. NewJazz.com once described Will Donato as a must-see show, and after decades of recording, touring, collaborating, and entertaining audiences, that reputation remains well-deserved. It is my great honor to feature Will Donato this evening here on Toneful Tuesdays. The guy is wonderful. He's a newly found friend, and I'm very thankful to have had this opportunity. We will be doing a full interview at a later date. Friends, be sure to check out Will's latest single, Forever Lasting, and also stream his other music on the platforms that do such. If you're fortunate, he may be coming to a city near you, so check his website. I'm Tony Janflone Jr., and thank you for joining me on Toneful Tuesdays. And again, my great appreciation to Will Donato. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you who tune in each week. Thank you so much. All right, that's my friend Will Donato. So wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to go back to the chat and see who's here. I think Wayne showed up. He was a little late flying in this week. Wayne, I thanked you earlier for the Buy Me a Coffee. So thank you again. Appreciate that, you and Mike Panich. So thank you guys again. Brian's here. Brian showed up. I hope I don't miss anybody. Again, if I ever miss you, not on purpose. Not on purpose. I will see here. And by the way, thank you again for the birthday wishes, folks. Yep, I made another one. I'm grateful for everyone, trust me. All right. Well, let's see here. And by the way, yes, I am going to do a full interview with Will in the near future. We haven't set a date yet, but we're going to get it done. Get her done. All right. Sage said she loves the music. All right. Yeah, he's great. He's great. And cool guy, too. Somebody said they may have seen Mike MacArthur here. I don't know if Mike is here or not, but if he is, you know I love you, Mike. So... all right, going to move forward. Next, we have some upcoming guests. I got some great people coming up, man. I'm pretty excited. All right, these are the upcoming guests on Toneful Tuesdays. Next Tuesday, John Pagano, lead male vocalist with Burt Bacharach for the last 26 years. Man, this guy can sing like crazy. My friend Rob Parisi from the group Wild Cherry. Yes, he wrote that song, Play That Funky Music, White Boy. This is the 50th anniversary of that song. Came out in 1976. After that, J.C. Soul, Canadian songstress and way cool person. George Marinelli, the talented one. He performed with Bruce Hornsby and he was with Bonnie Raitt for 30 years and has his own solo career. Following George, Ernie Pontier. Ernie is a great guy and a wonderfully talented soul. He performed with the Four Coins, Wayne Newton Orchestra, and the Letterman. Those are some of the upcoming guests here on Toneful Tuesdays. All right, so I have others. I spoke to a fine saxophonist this week. He's going to be on, Michael Cates. Also, I spoke to a friend of mine. He's a filmmaker from Austin, Texas, named Curtis Pollock. And I know Curtis because I played his wedding. He and his wife, Asia, which is spelled AJA, like the Steely Dan song. So I played their wedding, and I said, wow, I haven't met any people named Asia. And they told us that her family, her mom and dad, were big Steely Dan fans. So that was pretty cool. So he's going to be on. He makes great films. Cool guy. Something a little different. Also, I have other people. I've had a few others I've mentioned, and I just haven't gotten specific dates yet. So I'm working on it. But lots going on. And also, I'm going to have one show coming up maybe in 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. Talked about a recording session I did, and told you guys about this a while ago. So if you weren't here, I did a recording for a friend of mine named Mike Telanka, and he sent me this song, and he said, hey, Tony, I have this song called Flamethrower. You got a flamethrower on this. So he said he wanted me to play rhythm guitar parts and 3 guitar solos, and he would like to pick from them. So I did, and I sent him to him, and then he called me back, and he said, I don't know which one to pick. I like them all, which is cool. You love hearing that when you do a session for somebody. So he did finally pick one, and I'm going to let you guys hear all 3. I'm going to let you hear the session and let you pick which solo you would like to hear. And then I'm going to tell you which one he picked. So I'm going to do that. It'll be something a little different coming up. All right, going to go back to the chat. Let's see. And again, I hope I don't miss anybody. Sky Talker is making all kinds of cool comments, by the way. So, and it's her birthday. Well, I shouldn't say her. His or her. I'm not sure. Why did I say her? I don't know. It's Sky Talker's birthday, because I'm not sure who that is. You know, that's the thing. I have to tell you. So I haven't been playing live shows, and you guys know because of my physical situation. That may or may not change. I'm not sure yet. But what I miss quite a bit is meeting people, because I love meeting people. I love meeting people. So I love meeting all you guys and gals. The thing is, some of you are anonymous, sort of, so I don't know who you are exactly. So I love when I meet people and I can give them a hug, and I'm a hugger. So I hug everybody. I hug guys, girls. I hug everybody. So anyway, I'm hugging y'all. And even if I don't know exactly who you are, I'm grateful that you're here. And that is one of the things I miss, though. I'll tell you that. I think that's one of the coolest parts of my job. I mean, it was playing and getting to play music for people and actually meeting people from all walks. All walks. All right. So, okay, Sky Talker is definitely a she. Okay. Thank you, Wayne. You know, Wayne, coming from you, I'm not sure I can believe that, and you know what I'm talking about. Okay? Just saying. I'm just saying I'm not sure I can trust you on that one. Hey, Mike. Mike MacArthur is here. Thank you, Mike. I got to tell you, I just love him. I love Mike MacArthur. And Mike, the songs that you played on are actually finally going to be coming to streaming soon. So I'm anxious to get those out, because I want more people to hear what a beautiful job you did playing on those. Mike has the best. He has the best tone and just plays great stuff. And he's playing with Gino Vanelli. I mean, come on. He's played with a whole bunch of people, but he's actually Gino's tenor saxophonist. So, and he's my friend, and I love him. All right. Let's see here. Wayne's not fibbing. Sage clarified that Wayne's not fibbing. But you guys probably know why I think Wayne Mayfib, because I saw this channel. I saw this shockingly bizarre channel. And I laughed. But Candy knows what I'm talking about too. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the birthday wishes. I really do. You know, and I have to tell you, there was a point in my life about 5 years ago where I wasn't sure I'd have another birthday. So I'm very, very grateful for every single one of them. And I know that my wife, she is amazing, and she makes me know how appreciated I am. So I'm very blessed. All righty. So I'm not going to have a real long show tonight because, you know, we didn't do the interview. But next week, John Pagano is going to be here. And man, I'm telling you right now, he's one of the baddest singers walking the face of the earth. And I'm not just saying that. This guy can sing like crazy. I mean, Burt Bacharach, who had very high standards. He wrote some of the greatest songs ever written, and he picked John to be his lead male vocalist for 26 years. And he'd still be singing with him had Burt not passed. So, really good. And a great guy. Had a really nice time with him. So that's next week. Also, last week, we had Marino on, and that was a lot of fun. And I heard from Marino today, and he said he was going to share the interview and such on his Instagram. So that could be cool. And he's doing really well. And he's a nice guy. So very cool. All right. Any other things I can answer before I split the scene? Hello, Scott Luskin. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's kind of you. Thank you. Scott is another great guy and a great friend. Okay. Oh, Crystal. Yes, Crystal's the thing I was talking about. Crystal Wayne. Matthew Castle. Has anybody ever heard of Matthew Castle? No. But I've heard of White Castle. The burgers. We called them gut bombs. Mike MacArthur, I'm honored to have you on those tracks. Trust me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. That's nice of you to say. Thank you. Scott Jackson, who's always very cool, and I have to thank him for the John Pagano interview. Now I have another new friend, John Pagano, because of Scott Jackson. And, you know, Scott Jackson, I've been trying to get him on here. He has an amazing career. He's a drummer and percussionist. In fact, John Pagano told me that Scott Jackson played percussion when they opened up for Jerry Seinfeld. And they opened up for Jerry Seinfeld when Seinfeld was a hot show. It was like the #1 show. So, and Scott, he actually knew Dudley Moore in person. Like, he knew Dudley Moore, who's one of my favorite artists because the guy was amazingly funny. So he was a talented actor and a comic genius, and he could play piano like crazy. Dudley Moore. He was really, really good. So Scott played with Susan Anton, and they were an item. Not Scott and Susan Anton. Dudley Moore and Susan Anton. I don't want to confuse you there. It's easy for me to confuse people. I confuse myself quite regularly. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You guys and gals and crystals, thank you so much as always. It's just a joy for me to be here with you. And I'm going to keep these things going as long as I can. You know, it's, I will tell you, it's a lot of work. I enjoy doing it. but it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot. So, but for now, I'm here and I'm doing them. And thank you for your support. And I wish you guys all a beautiful, amazing, wonderful, spectacular, incredible week. And I'll see you next Tuesday with the fabulous John Pagano. I'm telling you right now, this guy's so awesome. Mike Tyson, the boxer. You know, that guy. He said to John, he went,
John, I want you to come to Vegas and sing the national anthem.
He sounded something like that. Anyway, everybody have a great one. I mean it. I'm really so thrilled with all of you. I'm, very cool. So God bless you all. Have a great week, everybody. You're all way, way cool. And I just don't even know. I don't even know how to say thank you enough. Okay? So everybody take good care. And you know what? I think we should go out on this song. I just think so. What do you think? Let's do something fun.
Chicken head, chicken feet, chicken eggs is all I eat. Chicken eggs every night of the week. Chicken heads and chicken feet. She never cooks any collard greens, no potatoes, no lima beans. Chicken heads, chicken feet, chicken eggs is all I eat. When I come home from a hard day's work, my house is in a wreck. She's standing by the kitchen stove, cooking nothing but some chicken necks. Chicken heads, chicken feet, chicken eggs is all I eat. She gave me kisses just the night before. I told the chick I didn't want any more. Cause on the weekend when I get my check, she fill the Frigidaire full of necks. Chicken heads, chicken feet, chicken eggs is all I eat. Chicken eggs is all I eat. Since I'm married, I lost a lot of weight. But trying to get her to cooperate, I'm plucking and I'm pecking around the place all day. The wrinkles in my belly just won't go away. Chicken heads, chicken feet, chicken eggs is all I eat.